So we are going to have this global report, human rights report. We feel that this is a human rights issue, and therefore we need to speak up, and we need to also let our people know what is going on, so that we will not just sit and allow ourselves to be abused yearly after year, day after day, time after time.
The United States government has been implicated in the instability in the region, in the deadliest conflict in the world since World War II. And that is why this solidarity movement is so important that we're building. That's why we're here today. Because we have it within our powers to affect what the U.S. government does, and that would in turn affect lives in the heart of Africa.
But we have to be clear. Again, we're not just struggling for an end to apartheid in South Africa or an end to Jim Crow in the United States. We're struggling for power.
So this is the marriage of Africans in the diaspora. The brother who was here, he is right. There's no level of consciousness among many of the Africans. They come here to get in the country to make money. They think that the streets are paved with gold, and when they come, they can't go back home a failure, so they stay here until they can send money back home. I lived there, I know it, and I watched it.
But we have to be clear. Again,
I also want to extend a great thank you to Brother Akbar, who's everywhere in the black world, standing up, fighting the good fight. I was in Haiti last July, and I heard people thanking him for the assistance he brought to the Haitian people in the time of need. Thank you very much, Brother Akbar. Haiti has always been present, always fighting. There was this Haitian saying that says, "Demon, Gemon." Behind mountains, there are more mountains. So the struggle always continues. Because you want your freedom today doesn't mean it's over. You have to fight to keep it.
That our former United Nations ambassador, Andy Young, would sit at the head of the Southern Africa Development Fund.
That's how the NAACP started. Do you hear what I just said? The NAACP and the modern civil rights movement came from the Pan-African movement.
Leader here, Brother Sabukwe. But he did cover some of the Southern Hemisphere. Stole my thunder with this. Because when we're thinking about the diaspora, we're thinking about it, to me, not only in terms of statistics, not only in terms of the quite correct understanding of what's happening within those communities, but how they impact this global struggle that we're involved in. A question of looking at what's happening in South Africa to understand that what happened, what electrified the African world in the question of the Southern African struggle is a sense of unity. That Mandela indeed did not walk alone. That when he went to that negotiating table, it was because of the might and commitment and love of the global African family in solidarity with the revolutionary movements like, the Cubans, for instance. And we need to seriously salute that. To think of the kind of love that it takes somebody from the Caribbean, from the South, as you mentioned, the Southern diaspora, to reach across the Atlantic, to project power, right, across oceans, if you may. Which is what the empires were struggling to do, because think about it, to remember the context in which this contribution of the Caribbean and Latin America to African liberation emerges is in the context of the Cold War.
We want to ensure that we give her a lot of love, and the way to do it also is just, I'm going to ask from this side of the room to just move around, just shake the distinguished panelists hands that we have here, this great panel, and just give a lot of love to Sister McKinney. Also, what I would like you to do in the process is to make a donation to the movement. Sis is here. Also, we would like you to make sure that you get some nourishment from this great Ethiopian restaurant. If you see one of the waitresses walking around, just raise your hand. That's all you have to do, okay? With this now, again, as you come up, you're going to say, "Love you, great African. Love you, great African." You're going to make a donation. Oh, yes, yes, sir. Love you, great African. And, of course, give our sister some love and make a donation and just get back to your seat while the drums are playing. Go on now. Okay, from this side, please. Yes, including you. That's right. That's right. Just thank them. That's right. Thank them. This is a great opportunity now for you to connect with this great leader. It's not over, but again, our sister's getting ready to leave. Donation, whatever, small or large, is going to be quite accepted. Again, from this side, come on out. That's right. Thank you, great sister. Thank you, great advocates. sisters. And again, make sure you get something, some type of nourishment from this great store. Okay, sisters on route, give her, just give her some love. Yeah, yeah, we love you. Great Africa. Sister McKinney, by the way, Brother Che in New York would like you to travel to Venezuela.
I will love anything you tell me to do.
You are the greatest. And the other thing too is this, we need to push for United States of Africa Commission right here. We're going to push the AU. If they're on the siege, we have to push them forward. And we need you to be part of this great force. Thank you, great Africa. Give her some love. Give her some love.
Let us not be talkers. Let us come up with plans.
But nevertheless, got the boots on our neck and struggling to control every single thing we do. And we talk about the attempts, Bukwe touched on the fact that it also, what Clinton did in terms of what happens and what we see expressing itself now in New York, stop and frisk, and all these policies about looking at what happens to us on a micro level. It also happens on a macro level. So this is what the Caribbean and Latin America was up against, and this is what they're dealing with today. And I want to say, yeah, sure enough, you can assassinate Walter Rodney, Malcolm X, Maurice Bishop, and do all that, Chavez, etc., like that, Che Guevara, but still, we see this African spirit rising up. And the fact is that the imperialists, they didn't win. They're on the defensive. They're on the defensive in Southern Africa, and what we need to do is do this, which is to look into each other's eyes for the solution. And that understanding that Southern relationship that Chavez began to speak about, talking about solidarity, etc., like that, the relationship between Latin America and Africa, the relationship that you see expressing itself between the Cubans and the Congo, or the Cubans in Angola, which is a critical battle, is something that really shakes and scares the hell out of, sorry about the language again for the young people, but shakes something.
The English language is blasphemy, it's garbage, and you didn't do anything wrong just now.
Okay. Thank you, brother. So what I'm saying is, they're on the defensive, and understand what a wounded beast would do, right? Is to get more desperate, anticipate that they will attempt to hurt us even more. But it's because victory is close, and we're fighting a righteous struggle. Because if it ain't righteous, that's the ultimate weapon in our arsenal. If our struggle is righteous, well then, we already lost it, but it is. And they'll fall on their own contradictions. We just got to make sure that we don't get confused and begin to, I'm going to close on this, what Malcolm said. When their house is on fire and we really start to panic and freak out, we might want to ask ourselves a question about understanding exactly who we are. And when we understand that identity, we will understand why the kind of solidarity that Fidel Castro, that Maurice Bishop, etc., like that, coming out to the Caribbean expresses with the African struggle. So thank you.
Thank you. Give Brother Kwame some love. Give him some love. Give him some love. Thank you, Brother Kwame. Thank you.
And so we are going to have this global report, human rights report. We feel that this is a human rights issue, and therefore we need to speak up. And we need to also let our people know what is going on so that, we will not just sit and allow ourselves to be abused year after year, day after day, time after time.